Vega 31, Vega 31. Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. I'm Vega 31. I'm going down. The radio call goes out shortly after 2040 hours local time on March 27, 1999. The pilot is descending beneath an orange and white parachute over a Serbian farm field. Less than a minute earlier, he is strapped inside the first operational stealth attack aircraft in history. His name is Lieutenant Colonel Dale Zelko. His call sign is Vega 31. His aircraft is an F-117A Nighthawk, tail number 82-0806, nicknamed Something Wicked. 15 miles away, Lieutenant Colonel Zoltán Dani stands beside a mobile radar cabin with a cigarette in his hand. His radar has been transmitting for 17 seconds, long enough to establish a track, long enough to put 2 missiles into the sky. Earlier that afternoon, none of this seems possible. 12 matte black F-117 Nighthawks sit on the ramp at Aviano Air Base in northern Italy, their angular surfaces absorbing the afternoon light. During the first 3 nights of Operation Allied Force, F-117s have struck heavily defended targets over Serbia. Every aircraft has returned. No operational F-117 has ever been shot down. That record ends tonight. The F-117 is designed to be difficult to detect. Its faceted surfaces scatter incoming radar energy away from the transmitter. When the aircraft is closed, with bomb bay doors sealed and weapons stowed, some accounts compare its radar return to an object no larger than a golf ball. Low observable does not mean invisible. Every F-117 pilot knows that. Zelko has flown 2 combat sorties over Serbia since the campaign began. Both have gone exactly as briefed. Tonight feels different. Bad weather over the Adriatic has disrupted the support package. The EA-6B prowlers assigned to jam Serbian radars are grounded, and suppression coverage is thinner than planned. Zelko is 35 years old, a Desert Storm veteran with roughly 3,000 hours in fighters. This will be his 3rd sortie of Allied force. Before the briefing, he eats his customary bowl of grape nuts with dried cranberries. Years later, he remembers the feeling that follows him into the mission. I'd never felt so strongly. If there was ever a night, a mission for an F-117 to get shot down, it would be this one. He still walks toward the aircraft. He still climbs into the cockpit. The mission continues. In the farming region near Budanovci, Zoltán Dani drinks coffee inside a mobile trailer. He commands about 200 soldiers and operates a weapon designed before either he or Zelko entered military service. The S-125 Neva is a Soviet surface-to-air missile system introduced in the early 1960s. NATO calls it the SA-3 Goa. NATO considers it outdated. Dani does not. For 4 days, the battalion has moved every few hours. Dani avoids sleeping in the same location twice and communicates through cable telephone instead of radio or cellular networks. His crews train on an electronic simulator called Accord until each procedure becomes automatic. He has one rule for combat radar use: 17 seconds. Every additional second gives NATO's wild weasels more time to locate the radar and send a harm missile back toward it. His crew must detect the target, establish a track, and fire before the radar becomes a target itself. Serbian intelligence assets have been observing activity around Aviano. They report when the F-117s depart. They study the corridors used on previous nights. They also notice that the prowlers have not launched. The information moves through the Serbian network and reaches Dani by cable before Vega 31 approaches Belgrade. Vega 31 leaves Aviano and turns toward Slovenia. Zelko settles into the flight as the F-117 follows a pre-planned route using inertial navigation, GPS, and the aircraft's attack systems. There is no conventional search radar sweeping the airspace ahead. Zelko drinks water from a container in his flight suit and watches the instruments. He does not know how closely the previous routes have been studied. He does not know that a Serbian missile battalion is waiting near a corridor used by the F-117s. He knows only the target, the route, and the time over the objective. At approximately 20:37 hours local, Zelko rolls onto his final attack heading. He arms 2 GBU-27 laser-guided bombs. The bomb bay doors slide open beneath the aircraft, briefly changing the shape presented to the radar below. Whether this exposure gives Dani's crew its track remains disputed. What is documented is that a weak return appears on the P-18 early warning radar at approximately the same time. The radar operator leans toward his headset. Contact, bearing 035, range within engagement envelope. Deputy Commander Dorje Aničić checks the plot and turns toward Dani. One contact, speed and heading consistent with an aircraft. Dani knows F-117s are operating over Yugoslavia that night. What he does not know is whether the faint return on the screen belongs to one of them. He orders the crew to activate the SNR-125 fire control radar. They have seconds to turn a weak detection into a usable firing solution. The signal appears. It fades. Then it holds. Lock. Target bearing 035. Aničić leans over the plot. Signal holding. 6 seconds. Dani does not turn from the screen. Track quality? Firm. Firing solution good. 2 missiles ready. Dani gives the order. Fire! The first V-601M missile leaves the launcher. The second follows 2 seconds later. Both rise through the low cloud layer, accelerating toward the target above. Inside Vega 31, Zelko sees 2 points of light break through the clouds beneath him. They are climbing fast. There is no time to determine where they came from or how the Serbian crew found him. The missiles are already there. The first missile passes over the canopy close enough for the pressure wave to buffet the aircraft. It does not detonate. Zelko turns his head and sees the second missile closing. He understands that the battery below has him. The second missile detonates. Its proximity-fused warhead throws thousands of metal fragments across the path of Vega 31. The blast tears into the aircraft. The F-117 rolls violently to the left before falling into an uncontrolled tumble at approximately 15,000 feet. Zelko is inverted. He experiences what he later estimates as 7 or more negative Gs. His body slides upward against the straps. His arms are pinned away from the ejection handles. For several seconds, he cannot reach them. Then his hands find the handles. He pulls. The canopy separates. The ejection seat fires. Zelko does not clearly remember the moment his hands complete the movement. His next memory is the seat rotating through the darkness as the cockpit falls away beneath him. The parachute opens. The violence stops. Below him, pieces of Vega 31 burn as they fall toward the Serbian countryside. Above him, the orange and white canopy catches the moonlight. His survival kit hangs beneath him on a line. After the explosion, the tumbling aircraft and the ejection, the sudden quiet feels almost unreal. Zelko reaches for his PRC-112A survival radio. He raises the antenna and keys the transmitter while he is still descending. Mayday, 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 Vega 31, I'm going down. A KC-135 tanker over Bosnia hears the transmission. Any station, confirmed Mayday call from Vega 31. Stand by to authenticate. 15 miles away, the fire control radar is already silent. Dani's battalion begins breaking down the equipment and loading the trucks. The crew knows it has hit an aircraft. It does not yet know which one. A field telephone is passed to Dani. Sergeant Dragan Matic, the missile operator who initiated the launch, confirms the hit. Confirmed hit. Dani listens for a moment. Bingo! Then he tells the crew to continue working. Zelko lands in a plowed field south of Ruma. He buries the parachute and crawls into a shallow culvert 200 yards from where he touches down. He covers himself with mud and listens to vehicles moving along nearby roads. Under his flight suit, close against his body, he carries a small American flag given to him by an airman at Aviano. Within 90 minutes, a recovery force is moving toward the region. Captain John Cherry, flying the A-10 callsign Sandy 30, becomes the on-scene commander. Serbian television reports a captured F-117 pilot. The report is false, but Cherry cannot risk a trap. He calls the survivor. Vega 31, this is Sandy 30. Confirm the first name of your wife. Zelko keys the radio from the culvert. Charlene, confirm the name of your dog. Boomer. Sandy 30 copies. Stand by. The rescue package crosses the border at 50 to 100 feet above the ground. Serbian searchlights sweep across the fields. Dogs bark a few hundred meters from the culvert. Zelko's infrared strobe fails. He removes an overt signal flare. Lighting it will show the helicopters where he is. It may also show the search parties. He ignites it. Captain Chad Franks, flying Gator 07, sees the light through his night vision goggles. Tally the survivor, 12 o'clock, half a mile. He brings the helicopter down beside the culvert. Para-rescuemen check Zelko for injuries and pull him aboard. 45 seconds after touchdown, Gator 07 is airborne again. From Tuzla, Zelko transfers to an MC-130 combat Talon for the flight to Aviano. Captain Jim Cardoso looks at the men in the rescue formation. We went in with 37. We came back with 38. The sun has only recently risen when Zelko steps from the aircraft at Aviano. Hours earlier, he left the base inside a machine designed to avoid enemy radar. He returns carrying only his survival equipment and the small flag beneath his flight suit. Dale Zelko continued flying combat missions for another 2 weeks. He retired from the United States Air Force as a lieutenant colonel. Zoltán Dani was promoted shortly after the shootdown and retired from the Serbian army in 2004. Dani's battalion shot down another NATO aircraft on May 2, 1999. Its pilot was Lieutenant Colonel David Goldfein, who was also rescued and later became Chief of Staff of the United States Air Force. Dani eventually returned to Skorenovac and opened a bakery. The canopy of F-117A82-0806 is displayed at the Belgrade Aviation Museum. The ejection seat is there as well, surrounded by recovered fragments of the aircraft, including part of the left wing. 12 years after the shootdown, Zelko traveled to Serbia to meet Dani face-to-face. Their encounter became the documentary The Second Meeting. The pilot who survived and the commander whose crew fired the missiles sat together and discussed the night of March 27, 1999. Dani keeps a titanium engine outlet recovered from Vega 31. It rests on a shelf inside his bakery. In the footage of their first meeting, a fragment of Vega 31 lies between them.